Gregory, you want to say let's have a chit chat?
What if we make Donovan say it? Because I said it the last two times.
That's fair.
I
All
don't
right.
I don't get to say it enough.
That's true. You know what, Donovan? I
Actually,
don't
I
remember the
do.
last time you actually got to say it. So you know what? We'll let
I
you
don't
say it this
know.
time.
It was
We'll give
whenever
you
we
we'll
did
give you
one
the
with Brennan.
privilege.
We haven't done one with me, you, and Brennan in a while.
Dude, your quality is so like you're so distorted. It's
Is it
funny.
really
Like I
bad?
can hear you. I can hear you perfectly fine. It just looks funny.
You look like a smear on the wall.
Yeah.
Really?
All
Oh
right,
my
we're gonna
god.
roll with it though. All right, so we'll do me, Gregory, and then Donovan will cap us off. All right. Welcome back to Chit Chats, everybody. My name is Antonio.
My name's Gregory.
And I'm Donovan, and let's have a chit chat.
Yippee! Chit Chat. All right, welcome guys. Welcome back. Donovan, Gregory, welcome. First episode with you guys specifically as the sole guests, so that's exciting. We're in for a treat today. We're in for we got a little recurring segment here on Chit Chats called Debate Night. And Donovan, you are no stranger to Debate Night. You know how these work. You've been in. I actually
Gregory's no stranger to debate night either.
I mean,
I've never been in one.
yeah.
Really? Oh, I thought you did
No,
one with
Gregory
me.
has. This is Gregory's first, but Donovan,
Oh.
but it's funny because the last
Oh
I checked,
my.
the last one that you were in, Donovan, was Debate Night 4, which was
Wow.
almost a year ago at this
Sure.
point, which I think is crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's when Cody and I still lived in the apartment.
Yeah. Because that was you. Both of you guys were in that one, but
Well,
you know.
well. We have a first time debater, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So Gregory, this
We'll
is your
see
first
how
time.
he fares against
This is your first
me.
time debating.
I'm here to win.
He's here to win. You know, every Chit Chats episode so far that Gregory's been in, like there's been stakes.
It's competition style.
It's a competition. Yeah, exactly. And and this is no different. We're keeping that trend going. So Donovan, you know how these work. I'm gonna explain, not only to the audience but Gregory how we're gonna do this today. I asked you guys to prepare 2 to 3 debate topics ahead of time. How this is going to work is we're going to go in a circle, and one by one, we're going to introduce one of our debate topics to the other 2 people. And then
Good night. Love you, Keaton.
one
Keaton,
of the
Keaton
other 2
cameo, real quick. Sorry, I just
No,
have
it's fine.
to.
Hello, Keaton.
There you go.
How's it
Keaton
going?
Cameo.
How's it going, buddy?
He can't hear
Dude,
you.
he's partying.
How's it
oh,
going,
that's
Keaton?
right. You know what? I forgot you're wearing your AirPods.
He says good, but he's
Well-
flossing now, so he has to leave. Sorry, Keaton.
You ruined his chance. One day Keaton will be in a debate night. One day.
One day.
One day that'll
One day.
happen.
Okay, sorry.
Awesome
Continue
gaming.
your Keaton gaming.
It's all good. Thank you. My little
Yeah.
stupid little
Continue
explanation.
your explanation.
Yeah.
For the audience.
All right. So one by
Anyway.
one, we're going to introduce one of our debate topics to the other 2 participants, and then one of those participants is going to call a coin flip. And then if they win the coin flip, then they get to choose which side of the debate they want to talk about, and then the other person is left with the other side. And if they lose, if they call the coin flip incorrectly, then the other person gets their first pick, and that's how that will work. And then whoever picks their side first will have to present their arguments first, and they will have a minute to do so. And then after that, the other person will have a minute to present their arguments. These are really quick. These are really quick debates. We want to get through a good amount of these today. So that's going to happen. And then the person that introduced the topic will then decide who won. So Gregory, if you chose the topic, then me and Donovan would debate, and then one of us would give our arguments, and the other person would give their argument, and then you can give some commentary on like who you thought won, like what the strengths of our arguments are, what some of the weak points were, and then you can give a final verdict on who you think won that debate, and then we'll each do that. So that's how it's gonna work. So
I'm doing the chit
without
chat.
further ado.
I'm doing the
He's
chit chat. Dad, get out of my room,
Well,
Dad.
man, we're gonna get the whole Carlson family
whole
cameo
Carlson
today.
family.
The whole family is
Yeah.
going to be in this
No,
chit chat.
that's gotta be like a special episode one day. If the whole Carlson family, like the dude,
Well, this is a record. I don't think we've ever had my dad and Keaton. So
oh shoot, We gotta get everyone in here at some
We'll
point.
see if we can go for all four.
Yeah, maybe we'll look over the course of the episode. All right. To start things off, Gregory, why don't you introduce one of your topics first, and then me and Donovan will debate that.
Sure. So my first topic, I was going to go with nature versus nurture. If you are inherently at the point of birth, if you have certain qualities that are always there with you, or if your qualities change over time based off the things you experience.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think we've.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see like what topics the guests choose when they come on, because I feel like some of the ones that we've done are pretty silly, they're pretty wacky, but I do like doing the more grounded debates sometimes. So I'm interested to see how this goes, but Donovan, I'll let you call the coin flip to pick which side you want to do first. If you
I'll
win.
do heads.
All right. I'm gonna share my screen really quick just so you guys can see like that I have a little virtual coin pulled up. And you picked heads.
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna flip, and that is tails. So I get to pick my. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna pick nurture. That's gonna be the side that I'm going to. So just to be clear, that's sort of like the argument that your personality and your character kind of changes over time. That's what I'm understanding?
Yeah, that your personality isn't set and defined at birth.
Okay.
It is more influenced on your surroundings and the people around you.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right, so Gregory, if you wanna pull up like a timer, or I could do that and just have like a minute-long timer to time my side, because since I picked my side first, I have to present my arguments first.
Sure, let me pull up a time.
All right.
You said just a minute?
Yeah, just a minute. And I think I'm ready to just get into it. So if you whenever you want to start, just count me off, and then we'll go.
All right.
Sure. One second here. My computer's trying to auto open work things. Do you want to see the timer, or do you just want to?
I don't need to see the timer.
Okay. I will say 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So, over time, like I've definitely noticed that who I am as a person has changed, drastically from when I was little to now. I mean, I feel like anyone can say that about themselves, but I really do think like, when we're born, like we have a very limited worldview, and I mean like that. I mean like it's basically limited to like what our parents teach us or like where we come from. But I think the great part about like growing up is that you get out in the world, and you get to, even just like going to school and like meeting all the new people and teachers that you go to school with. Like you get such a wide range of backgrounds and perspectives, and I think that in and of itself can kind of like change who you are or change your line of thinking. Maybe like your roots don't change, obviously, but I do think that like, there is a lot of room for development and potential growth. I mean, you might see it as growth. That's time. Okay.
Yep.
That's time.
Okay.
That's my argument.
Okay.
All right. So Donovan,
let me reset this timer here, and if you want to count it off, Donovan, let me know when you're ready.
I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Do a little 3, 2, 1 for me.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, Antonio. So you actually made this argument easier for me, I think, because you brought up that you brought up that your nature is set from the beginning. When you are born with specific traits that make you a certain way.
Okay.
And even though you might be experiencing different things in your life, your brain is wired to always respond and think about them in a specific way. And no matter what changes happen in your life, no matter the experiences that you have, you're just going to think about them all the time in the same way. It might feel different, but it's not.
Okay, damn. All right. Well, Gregory, feel free to give your thoughts and then say who you think won.
So I think Antonio's debate was that yes, you are born with a certain trait, like traits and qualities about you, but over time they can change just because of things that influence you. But I do like Donovan picking up on the thing, saying that you will grow over time and change, and your traits will change. I don't know if it'd be necessarily change in his perspective or
No.
in his debate, but they just further, you would experience things through those traits, and it would further consolidate your view of those. I don't know how to put it. And I don't know if I choose a winner either, because if I'm just going off of the debate, I would go with Donovan. But if my own personal perspective is that it is nurture, not nature.
Mm-hmm.
You want to try to be unbiased of your own perspective with these. So if you truly do think that Donovan's argument was stronger, then I do think you should give him the point for that.
Yeah, I would give Donovan the point just because he kind of cornered with what you were saying.
Yeah, I do think Donovan had a very distinct advantage with going after I did.
I think I did too. I think I do not believe in the concept of nature at all. I believe in nurture. So that was really difficult for me. But there are a few things I feel like if I had to go first on that, I would have been actually fun.
That's, you know what, I applaud you though.
Even though I
held your
had
own
stuff to work off of with your argument, I still felt like I was having a hard time there.
I mean, I felt confident because I also, I picked the side that I believe in, and when I started, I was like, okay, how do I approach this? And that's why I was struggling to get into it at first. But overall, all right, cool, that went well. So now you can kind of see how this is gonna go. Donovan, why don't you introduce your first topic for me and Gregory?
Okay. So I feel like as people, we always have biased viewpoints. And one of the ways that you see this manifest in people is when you are a child, you think that being an adult is great, is fantastic. You're like, I want to be an adult. It's going to be great. And then when you're an adult, you look back and say, I wish I was a kid again. Mm-hmm. So my first debate that I want you guys to debate on is it better to be a child or an adult?
Okay. All right. I like that. Okay.
Okay.
Gregory, I will give you the honor of choosing the coin flip.
Okay.
Choose wisely. Tails? All right. And it was heads. Okay.
Ooh. Antonio gets to pick again.
Okay. I feel like I could come up with arguments for both, but I'm trying to think I'll do adult.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll be.
So you're arguing that it's better to be an adult?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is what I am doing. I am doing adult. Okay.
Or being an adult.
I am being an adult right now. I'm being an adult so hard. Okay. All right. So Donovan, if you want to prepare a timer for me, and then count me off, and then I will start.
Oh shoot! Wait, can somebody else do the timer? Because I would have to go out of this.
Yeah, that's fair. Gregory, do you want to just time me then, and I can time you when it comes down to it? Okay. All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So, like you were saying, Donovan, when you're a kid, all you want to do is be an adult. You know what I mean? And I think there's a reason for that. You see adults and you definitely see the good parts about being an adult. There is definitely downsides to being an adult. That's for sure. But there's kind of downsides in all parts of life. And I do think that the cool thing about being an adult is that I think because you've had so much time to grow and develop, you are more accustomed to deal with the hard times. And I think that alone makes being an adult so much better because you've gone through so many experiences, you've learned so many things, ideally, and and not only that, but you have so much more freedom. And the great thing about being an adult is like, yeah, you have a lot of responsibilities, but at the end of the day, when you're done with those responsibilities, like if you're efficient with your time, you can have a lot of time to do more fun things, and a lot more fun things than when you're just a kid. And you can partake in like a lot more hobbies, or if you so choose, that's time. All right, that's my argument. Damn, minutes go by fast.
They do.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Approximately 60 seconds. Back.
Okay.
That was a good argument. I'm
time
eager to hear how Gregory claps back here.
Yeah, Gregory. Gregory might clap back.
How will he lay
He might
down
clap my
that
cheeks
pen?
right now. We'll see. Okay, I got the timer ready.
I'm going to be laying some pipes here.
Okay, so Gregory, you're arguing for why being a kid is better.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, firstly, I think it's important to define what we are talking about as a kid. I think here in the U.S., we would say a kid is anything under the age of 18. I think major arguments for why being a kid is better is the fact that you have a lot less responsibilities, and don't have to worry about such things as income or taxes or a plethora of things that you have to deal with in the adult world. Everything's kind of laid out for you. And if we're saying up until the age of 18, you still have plenty of time to experience multiple things throughout your life. But you just don't have the extra layer of complexity by having to worry about the things that I mentioned previously, such as jobs, taxes, housing.
All right.
Okay. All right. That was good. You guys both gave pretty strong arguments. You guys both had a variety of points. I guess Antonio had more points than Gregory did. Gregory, you kind of had, your main point was the responsibilities. And I think that's I think that's like what most people would point to when they say like, oh, I wish I was a kid again. Because like when most people say that, they're saying it because they wish that they didn't have to have whatever responsibility they're responding to at the moment. So I think that was pretty strong. Antonio's arguments were also very strong, though. I mean, yeah, I think.
Sorry.
No, I remember them. I don't feel the need to repeat them.
I thought you were looking at me doing like this.
Yeah. No, I think it was pretty freaking good.
I think the next debate we should just talk like have a face like this while we're talking. Anyway.
I think I'm gonna give it to Gregory just because I feel like he had like a really strong argument. Not that your arguments weren't strong, Antonio.
I just feel like developed argument. Like, sorry, go ahead.
I feel like the person who goes second always kind of has like a little advantage, just because they can kind of clap back, and they can think about their answer for a longer period of time, and they can respond to the arguments set by the other person. But yeah, I don't know.
No,
even so, I think Gregory gets the point here.
No, I do think like that is one
pretty close, though.
Aspect of it is like, not like you said, like whoever goes second, it is kind of like a rebuttal, because we're not actually doing rebuttals because we want to do a lot of these. We want to do these quick, but it does.
Well, if we have to do a tiebreaker at the end, right? Then we do the rebuttal.
Unless we have that, yeah, true. But yeah, no, I think for me, I was kind of like talking a little fast and maybe a little bit out of my ass, but Gregory, like, he did like think through his argument, so I'll give you that. I'll give you that. All right.
True.
So
I do like a debater that you can see their thought process behind it.
Yes, that is
And Antonio
the
is
master
no
debater.
thoughts head empty.
Yeah, that's
I'm
you know
kidding.
what? That's a good way to describe me, I think. But we're gonna move on to my first topic of debate. And I'm excited to do these because I actually thought about these a couple months ago, and one of these specifically I think is like more relevant in the public eye. Well, maybe not specifically how I worded it in my notes here, but we're gonna talk about. So you guys, you might have heard the controversy lately about Nintendo pulling videos down from YouTubers that mod their games, right? And there's been a lot of debate. We're not going to talk about who's in the right and who's in the wrong regarding that.
No.
But this does kind of tie into what I came up with, what I wanted to talk about, and that is video game emulation versus playing a game like in the means that it was originally intended. So like, if you're playing a game emulated on the N64 on your computer versus actually playing it on the Nintendo 64 and that sort of thing. And that kind of ties into the whole Nintendo thing because like they're very anti-emulation, but I want to hear the arguments for both here. So
Cool.
I don't know whichever one of you guys wants to call the coin flip. I'll let you decide.
Heads. Always go with
All right.
heads.
All right, Donovan's calling the coin flip. Here's the coin. And we'll see what we got here.
Come on.
Oh, it
Damn
was
it.
tails. All right, so Gregory gets to choose his side first.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with emulation.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Gregory's going to give his argument. I'm going to pull up the timer here. I'll give you like a little time to think about it for a minute if you want.
Okay.
But when you're ready, let me know, and I will start the timer.
Okay.
All right.
If you want to count me down.
Yes. All right. 3, 2, 1. Begin.
So I think the main argument against emulation is the idea that if people are emulating games, they are not directly supporting the company that released that game originally. But in terms of emulating a game or something like the N64 or even something not so long ago like the Wii, if they are not openly and continuously marketing games and making more available to the public, then what is the company to lose by people emulating that game on a device like their laptop or phone even? I think I think there's also a direct difference between emulating and pirating. If you already own that game's disc and you are just able to play on a better console or device that allows it to be a better experience for you, why not emulate that experience?
All right, that's time. All right, so thank you, Gregory, for your argument. All right, Donovan, it is your turn.
Okay.
Are you ready?
All right.
Remember, you're arguing for why you want to play games in a pure manner, or what they would call pure, whatever. All right, I'm gonna count
I'm
you
ready.
off. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Video games are a form of art. People make video games as a piece of art to be enjoyed by consumers. And when developers make games, they want them to be experienced in a specific way that fits with their vision. And these developers, they make money off of their games too. And it is technically their job, so they have to make money. And if you're emulating these games, then they're not making money. And so if people who make art are not being paid for their art, then it's harder for there to be an output of art in the world, which makes it a lot harder for especially smaller developers to get their games out if people are emulating them. Even with bigger developers like Nintendo, like the people that make these games have to have a livelihood. And if people are just continuously emulating their games on the internet, then they're going to have no way to make money off of what they produce. And that's my argument.
Okay.
Even under a minute.
Yeah. Well, the timer didn't go off. I think that was about a minute. I think maybe a little over.
I think I said it clearly and concisely.
Yeah.
I don't think I even need a minute.
Well, yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, editor, play that back. Check if it was if that was a minute. And then if it wasn't, cut off anything Donovan said past the minute mark. No, but okay. Yeah. We'll all right. We'll call it there. All right. So good job to both of you guys. I picked this topic because I knew both of you guys like had thoughts about it regarding just this topic in general. So I'm glad to say that I'm glad to see that you guys both had good arguments. Gregory, I think I resonate a lot with your point. I hate it when companies are like, oh, we don't want you to emulate our games, but then they don't release the games that you want to emulate. So it's just like, well, what are you losing for us doing that? You know what I mean? And it kind of ties in the whole Nintendo thing. Like, what are you losing? And like, I'm emulating Mario 64 on my PC, and I will openly admit that. But I bought Mario 64 before, so it's like I'm supporting the company either way. So that's a point of contention for me. Donovan, I resonate a lot with your point about the fact that video games are forms of art. I do very much agree with that, and I do very much think that a reason to not emulate is that you want the pure experience. You want the experience in the way that it was intended when the companies were making the game. I do think that that's a really good point. I do think it's interesting that you kind of tied into the aspect of money, directly following Gregory's argument, kind of debunking that sort of like idea, because you kind of went into how it's like, well, these companies are losing money by you emulating, but Gregory kind of already commented like, well, but what about people that buy the games and then emulate them for the purpose of like hacking them or like modding
but
them, right?
For the sake of the argument, that's not always the case.
That is true. That is true.
But I think there's a clear different line between emulating and pirating a game as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is true, and I did specifically.
To be clear, I believe in emulating too. Both of these arguments have been hard for me because I've been arguing for the thing that I don't believe in.
Again, yeah, that's the tough thing too. I think it's funny that I don't know. It seems like so far like these debates, like we've all kind of been on like a similar page. Well, I don't necessarily know about the child versus adult thing, but because I also believe in emulating. Sorry to say, but I'm gonna try not to let that bias affect my choice here. That being said, I think I'm gonna give it to Gregory on this one. So, but good job to both of you.
Yeah,
good job to both. You
deserve it.
This was I had to think a little. I had to think about this a little bit because this was tough because you guys both did a good job. But so we'll give it to Gregory. Gregory, do you want to introduce your second topic for me and Donovan?
Sure. So it's kind of in the same idea as my last topic. It's the idea of, do you have free will, or are your actions only a product of actions around you and your surroundings?
Ooh, I like this, dude. We're getting philosophical up in here.
Holy shit!
Or like these are the deep thinkers,
Call me Socrates. Tony Socrates.
Yeah.
Tony Socrates.
Oh shit. Okay.
Donocrates.
Socrates-oven. No.
Socrates.
Okay. All right. I think I let you pick the coin flip last time, Donovan, so I will pick it this time. And I am going to pick heads. And we'll see what we get here. Heads. And it's tails. So Donovan, you get to pick first, you bastard.
I think every time we've gone for heads, any one of us, it's always been
tails. That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
I get to choose. So the ones that we could do where are your actions free will or basically not? It's determined by like your environment, basically.
It's like the idea of free will versus determination. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll argue for free will then.
Okay. So that means you have to go first.
Do you want me to get a timer up, or do you want to do it?
Yeah, you can get the timer up.
Okay. Get the timer.
Let me know when you're ready, Donovan.
I think I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm
I'll
gonna
give you
bullshit.
a 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So people have brains. That sets us apart from animals.
What?
We have choices that we can make. When there's a decision to be made, stop laughing at me.
People have braids, as opposed to animals that do not have braids.
Okay. I just deserve a chance to restart here.
Hold up, I'll restart the time.
That's fine. We'll redo.
I'm just gonna start
Brains.
at the
Editor,
same
cut
way.
that.
No, don't cut. I'm just gonna start it the same way.
Okay. I'll give you another countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. All right. So when we make choices in life, we have multiple options. And yes, although the options that you make are determined by your state of mind and your values and your state of mind change based on how you're feeling, your environment, a variety of factors. And so when we make choices, we have the opportunity to either respond based on our our values and our environment, or how we feel that we should respond based on our values and the circumstances. So I believe that all people have free will and that we have the
That's
option to make whatever choice we want.
All right. Okay. Well, I think I'm basically ready to present my argument. So wait, just to be clear, I'm arguing why we don't have free will. Why things are determined sort of for us in that. Right? Okay, yeah. I'm just thinking. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm ready.
I'll give you 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so as my opponent stated, our environment is a big part of the choices that we make. And I do wholeheartedly believe that. I think that we go about life thinking that we have a lot of options, and at face value, I think that is true. But I think that those options are limited by the circumstances that other people or other facets in life have determined for us. Like, when you're like, if you want to choose where you want to go to dinner, like let's say you want to go out to dinner and you like, maybe I want to go to McDonald's or Taco Bell, right? Slim pickings. But who determined those pickings is the companies that, the people that made McDonald's and made Taco Bell. You know what I mean? And you are limited to those options because of those people. And I think that this goes for a lot of things. When you're going to the store and you're buying groceries, you're limited to the options at the grocery store. When you're going online and you want to pick what games, you're limited to the games that other people have made. And that's my
argument. You went over time there, but we'll waive it.
We never go over time.
No.
I don't. I'm clear and concise and to the point.
I'm not.
So I definitely like that Antonio says that we are limited to the things around us, what we have access to.
Mm-hmm.
If we had infinite choices or infinite options around us, then it might not seem like we are determined, or things around us are such determined by our surroundings. But just because there's not always an infinite. Are you fake typing again?
No.
No.
I'm writing this down for the closed captions on this Chit Chats.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
Part of what Donovan, I think what you were trying to get at is that although things might seem like you can only choose A or B, realistically you have more choices in your that you can choose from, just because of things as simple as how you are feeling in that moment. Emotion can definitely lead and be a big factor into how you are influenced by things, and your emotions aren't always affected by the outside world. They are something that can be internal a lot of the time, I think is what you're trying to get at.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
think you just did a better job of saying what I was trying to say, but yeah.
But I think honestly, I have to give it to Antonio.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think
I
his
agree.
was close, like more to the point and clear,
Yeah,
more well spoken.
it definitely was. And you know what? You know what happened halfway through my argument? I realized I didn't believe in
You realize you believed in the other perspective. Yeah, that
and then I
happens.
started having a hard time.
Yeah. That's why it's really tough when you got to pick, or at least like if you're picking first, like ideally you want to try to pick the side that that you believe in, so you can argue better. But sometimes
I think I actually had an epiphany. I was like,
you don't even know what
thought I
side of the
believed it
argument
very
you're on
well, and then I thought
until you're
about it. I
talking
was like,
about it.
oh,
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Antonio did such a good job explaining it that he flipped your opinion.
No, it was
Exactly.
my own argument
No,
was
but
so
see,
bad.
but
Was
I
it
think
your own?
I
Was it
think
your own thought that changed it, or was it just deterministic?
I think Gregory kind of caught on to this, but at one point, Donovan, you literally said something along the lines of like your environment affects your choice, or I swear you said something along those lines, and I was just like,
I bet if you go back in
I
the
think
video and you look as soon as you said that, I think I went.
yeah, you did the smolder, you did you picked up
I
on
was
that.
trying to choose
So
my words carefully because I think
it's
what I
tough.
was
Word
trying to
choice
do
is
was like
really
a
important
counter
too.
argument
Yeah.
before you even made your argument,
Yeah.
but I was unsuccessful.
Word choice is really important too, because it's like you could think
Yeah.
something, but if you miss up on your words, it's like it could completely people could misinterpret what you're trying to say. So that's tough.
Yeah.
But all right, Donovan, why don't you introduce your next topic, your second topic?
Okay. So my topic is a little more lighthearted here. Basically, there are these life simulation games. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. And Gregory's played one franchise of these games, or I should say a single game. And Antonio has played another franchise of these games. Antonio, you've played Animal Crossing, and Gregory, you have played Stardew Valley. And so I want you guys to argue Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing. What's the better life sim game?
Okay, all right.
Oh God, what if we get each other's topics?
Well, I was gonna say, like, what's funny about this is, like, now we're gonna call this coin flip, and like, theoretically, whoever wins could pick the opposite one.
They could, but like, that would be very entertaining, actually. But
because you guys know I've never played Stardew Valley. I don't know shit about Stardew Valley. Okay, I know some things, but I don't know. Like, I've literally never played it. So, yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. I think Gregory, I let you call the coin flip last time. So you mind if I call it this time? All right, we'll go tails this time, because every time I pick heads, it's tails. All right, so I pick tails. It's heads now. Okay, cool, sweet. All right, so Gregory, you get to pick first.
come on, Gregory.
Do you want to screw me over, or do you want to?
He screwed himself over too. I mean, I guess he's played a little bit of Animal Crossing, but like not that much.
Yeah, but Gregory's played a little bit. I feel like
either of these.
You know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to sway your choice here. So remember, we're appealing to Donovan too. So you can just be like, there's architecture in Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
That's why it's a good game. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Honestly, not a bad strategy, Gregory. Not a bad strategy.
Wait, what did you pick?
Animal Crossing.
Oh, fuck.
Okay,
I didn't even hear that. Okay.
Time to summon all of your Stardew Valley knowledge, dude.
All right. Okay.
See, I kind of have to bullshit some of this too because I don't remember.
Dude, all right. Here, I'll pull up the timer.
Okay.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I think there's actually quite a bit of similarities between the two games. Obviously, they're both life sim games, but more than just that, you both build a community, work with the people around you, and develop the town, or I guess village, exactly how you want. But I think where Animal Crossing really takes the lead is in the customization and um, the design of the game, of how much like you can build um, different fuck what's like the there's so many different building styles that you can choose from, and you can choose exactly the community that you want by kicking people out, and getting the specific villagers you want. um, but other than that, I think there's similarities of farming, fishing, building a community.
All right, that is
I
time.
just think
You can finish that sentence if you want.
Yeah. Finish.
Okay.
no.
If you had the rest of that thought.
Okay. All right. I think
right.
I think I'm ready. Gregory, you want to time me?
Pretty good.
Yeah, sure. One.
Okay. All right. Got to summon all my Stardew Valley knowledge. You know, I've been saving it for a rainy day. It's coming out now. All right. I think I'm ready.
Go. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so Stardew Valley. You gotta understand, you know, I'm kind of an idiot when it comes to games. Like everyone's out here telling me, dude, you gotta play Breath of the Wild. You gotta play Stardew Valley. I'm a stubborn little bitch. I don't play these games, but that can't be understated. How much people have recommended Stardew Valley to me. You know what I mean? And you got to take that into account. It's obviously a great game. The things that I've heard about it have been great. You know, from what I can see, it is very similar, like Animal Crossing, Harvest Moon, a lot of these life sim games, and I think that that's great. You know, you can build your little farm. It's a very cozy game, and I think that that's like the wide appeal of it. And the cool thing about Stardew Valley is that it was, to my knowledge, it's an indie game, right? So it's like it has that going for it to where, you know, it's like Animal Crossing is made by this huge corporation. They have so much, you know, power to put whatever they want in these games, and they kind of limit you in that sense. And I think New Horizons just kind of fell flat in a lot of cases. But I think that Stardew Valley, in comparison, you know, you take into consideration that was made by a smaller team, you know, they had less resources, and it still came out really good. That's my argument.
Man. Okay. Wow, that was a roller coaster of emotions there. Holy
dude, for me,
shit.
me and you both, dude.
First, Gregory goes and just tries to fuck over Antonio.
I tried to bring it home, man.
I don't even know.
And then Gregory forgets key aspects of the game and kind of
Collecting things.
Doesn't remember a lot, so it's hard for him to make an argument. And then Antonio comes in with two very strong arguments. You can see where I'm going here. Antonio wins. I really, you know, you've never played the game, but I think taking that route where you said like, oh, it's been so widely recommended to me. And what was your other point? That they're like a small indie team and they're able to accomplish so much. Like that was a pretty strong direction to go in.
Mm-hmm. I will say that
admit. And I'm honestly just impressed that you were able to squeeze out those two
I had
arguments.
to pull that out of my ass, dude. Like, you know, during Gregory's argument, I had to like think like, okay, I need an angle. I can't just argue for the game itself. I need to find like a hook. You know what I mean? And I think I found that hook. So
I could see the gears turning in your head during Gregory's argument. You were really like thinking there. Yeah. But that's not to say that Gregory's argument wasn't strong too. Like I could tell that you really didn't like remember a lot about the games. I don't remember exactly what you said, but you said something where I was like, no, I don't think you could do that.
You gave yourself a disadvantage, and I admire you for that. You know, I don't know if I would have done that in that scenario.
I really didn't want to argue either of them, so I was like, well, if I have to argue one of them, I feel like I should take the one that I at least know something on and give Antonio no information to go off of.
I thought that you've played Stardew Valley, have you not?
I have played Stardew Valley, but I felt like I'd be giving you more of an advantage by giving you a game that you have more information on.
That's fair.
I think
That's definitely fair.
you had the right strategy there, but it backfired. I think
That's what happens
Antonio
sometimes,
just summoned like his debater brain there.
Yeah. The way that we used to do these is that the person that introduced the topic used to be able to choose who debated which side, which I think is fun in one regard, but I also think it's like it's a little bit more, malicious because like Donovan could have just been like, "All right, Antonio, you're doing Stardew Valley. You don't even get you don't even get like the option, you know what I mean?" But I mean like, hey, I brought, I brought it home either way, but ooh, that was a tough one. All right. All right.
Good.
We are doing our final topic of the night, and I will introduce it for the two of you guys. So it's a little bit more of a silly one, a little bit more of a wacky one. A lot of times with these debates, like we kind of have like a direct this side and direct this side, right? I'm just gonna pose the question to you guys. I want you to I want you to think of what your favorite animal is. And I want you to argue to me why your favorite animal is the best animal. And I mean, yeah, that's basically it. So you kind of have a little bit more free sort of will in this topic. So, like I don't know off the top of my head what your guys' favorite animal is, or even if you have one. If you don't have one, just pick one. But either way, you're trying to convince me why your animal is the best, the top, the peak, if you will.
Okay.
All right. And Donovan, you called the coin flip last time between you guys, so Gregory, you call this time.
We're gonna go tails.
All right.
He's gonna get it.
Ooh. Damn. I feel like every time, I feel like the people that pick are getting fucked over, but
does it matter in case who goes first though?
That's what I was gonna say. I don't really think it matters here.
No, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna let you go first, Gregory.
Oh, you're gonna let Gregory go first?
Because quite frankly, I don't think you have a favorite animal.
You don't think I have a favorite animal?
I thought everyone kind of had one.
Maybe you do. Actually, now that I'm thinking about
do.
Okay.
Well, okay. First, right. before we start, what are your guys' favorite animals? So, Gregory, what is your favorite animal?
Dog.
Okay. Dog. I was gonna say dog.
Okay. Well, we can't have. Well, okay. I mean, you guys could both pick dog, and then whoever I think made a better argument regarding dog could be. I don't know if I like that. Is it both dog for both of you?
I guess I could go. I could go with my second favorite animal. I just don't feel strongly about it, so it's gonna be harder. Fine. Okay. Fine. I'll go with giraffe. I'll go with giraffe.
Okay.
That's all right. Bold move.
I mean, you are letting Gregory go first. You did let Gregory go first, and I think I am gonna have to lay down the law that you guys can't both argue for the same animal. So since Gregory's going first, he does get to pick dog. Donovan, you are left with giraffe, and that's how we're gonna do this. All right. So Gregory, I will pull up the timer. Let me know when you're ready.
My camera flip? Or is it?
Yeah, you have to title this chit chat "Dogs versus Giraffes."
that defines this whole video. It's just this one part of it. Okay. All right. Well, Gregory, are you ready?
On vacation.
He's
been ready for this.
Yeah. This is gonna be an interesting one.
Okay, sure.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I think dogs are better than giraffes just because in a evolutionary manner, dogs have been by our side for thousands of years and really helped evolve the human species by protecting us throughout the night in the early days of ours. But even in a modern day sense, they're still able to offer such a wide range of jobs, whether it be being sheep herding, like guide dogs, rescue animals, and on top of that, I think it's such a wide, diverse animal that there is a breed of dog for everyone. it's not obviously it's not a one size fits all, but because of the domestication of dog, we have been able to breed multiple types of dogs that basically anything that you can need, a dog can be there and fulfill that for you, as well as the mental health aspects of having.
All right, that was time. I do like to let people finish their thought, but that was time. But all right, if we're leaving it there, all right. Thank you, Gregory, for that.
I'm ready. Let's go.
You ready?
Go.
Okay. All right.
I'm ready.
We're getting started. All right. We're not even. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Giraffes.
So Gregory had a very technical argument there, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, dogs are great. They're fantastic. So I'm not gonna sit here and argue why dogs suck, obviously. But giraffes are so great as well in their own way. They're just so majestic and friendly and docile creatures, and all that they know is love. And I think that is a beautiful thing. In the video game The Last of Us, there is a very emotional scene with a giraffe where Ellie, who's the main character of the game, gets to see this giraffe who interacts with her, and it's such an emotional scene, and it tugs at your heartstrings. You get to see this connection between an animal that is very intelligent and shows that through its actions and its friendliness towards this girl.
All right.
And it's a scene that actually made me cry when I saw it in the show.
All right, that was time. Okay. Well, this was an interesting one. Okay. So, you guys both, you made an effort. To say the very least, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like I'm downplaying it, but regardless of like you guys did a good job. You presented arguments. You understood the assignment. That was good. I did enjoy Gregory's sort of more technical approach to it, and sort of like
yeah, he had like the history of like domestic.
Yeah, he gave me like a little dog history lesson. You know what I mean? I kind of enjoyed that. And he made a lot of good points regarding dogs that like I definitely can agree with. And I don't know as much about giraffes, so but I do know that they are or at least like from what I can tell, I think they are docile creatures. So like, that's a good point. I do think that they are majestic, so like from what I can see, I don't know, but I do think, and I will say this though, Donovan, like you're kind of going into this this whole thing about The Last of Us, but you gotta understand, I'm a bitch. I didn't play The Last of Us, you know what I mean? So like, I can't really.
I'm speaking from the heart here.
That's and I respect that, but I can't really. This was a very
personal argument.
I can't really, you're trying to appeal to me. You're trying to appeal to my values here. So it's like I can't really relate to that.
Pick what?
Like you telling me I've never played The Last of Us. You telling me you cried at this scene in The Last of Us. That just makes me think you're a bitch. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. Like that's kind of my angle here. No. I don't know. I think overall you guys did a good job. Donovan, I saw the heart in your argument and I appreciated the heart in your argument. So don't think I'm
wait. Did you consider this?
Yeah.
Giraffes have blue tongues. That's so cool. Do dogs have blue tongues?
I would have considered that if you brought that up during your argument.
Well, I just did.
In the time allotted.
You actually cut me off.
Wait. Has it been a minute?
56 seconds. So
I think it's been a little more than a minute here, Donovan. I don't think you're helping your case.
You cut me off at 56 seconds. So.
I did not cut you off at 56 seconds. You're gaslighting. All right. Gaslighting deduction. Gregory wins.
Rewatch the video.
Nope.
Play it back.
Nope. Gregory, you get the point.
Okay.
You got the point. All right, and that's it. But good job.
Okay, but I also just want you to recognize, like, fine, Gregory gets the point, but I want you to recognize that it is inherently more difficult to argue for giraffes than it is for dogs.
I mean, you're right, and I will give you that. I will give you that. I also should mention, and this had nothing to do with my choice, but dogs are also my favorite animals. So
yeah, I mean, come on.
But I do like, giraffes. Giraffe-rig, is an interesting Pokemon.
Haven't we done a dogs versus cats argument?
We actually haven't. I looked through all of the old topics.
It's too basic.
And we had never done dogs versus cats.
I think it's just too basic. It's a basic bitch
argument. It is too
basic. You go to Starbucks and you argue that.
Exactly.
With the cashier.
You go and you sip on your pumpkin spice latte and you debate whether or not dogs or cats are better. I can see that happening. Either way, that is where we're going to call this debate night. I was not keeping track, but I think Gregory, you might have won. I think you got at least 3 points, which I think that means you won because So good job all around.
Good job.
Very good job.
Well, that's a winning streak for me. Every
true
win streak appearance.
Yeah, you're on. Yeah, you got a little winning streak going here. So try to keep it up. You know what? I'm establishing right now. Every episode you're gonna be in is gonna be a competition.
Okay.
I'm establishing that now for whatever reason. Overall, good job, guys. This was fun. These are always these are always a treat to do. So thank you for being here and doing this with me. And thank you all for watching. I hope you learned a little something from these debates, whether or not that was something regarding the topics that we were talking about, or you just learned that we are very scatterbrained when it comes to 1 minute arguments. Either way, you walked out of this learning something. So that's the takeaway. So
I'd like to see the audience make some fucking debates.
We'll do an audience participation
one.
Are. Yeah, true. Yeah.
Too afraid to release their own YouTube videos. Spotify.
You're scared. Spotify. That's true.
Spotify,
Yeah. If there were video replies still, I would be like, leave a video reply of like you arguing, but I can't do that. So
we're not back in 2007.
We're not back in 2000. Yeah, unfortunately, man, those were the days.
No.
I was 6. No. Anyway, that's where we're gonna wrap up this episode of Chit Chats. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys in the next episode of Chit Chats. Goodbye. We had a chit chat. We had a chit chat, brother Fizz. Brother Fizz.
What?